Hey, welcome back, friends. Welcome back to day 3 of our 7 days of extreme grocery budget meals for my large family of 6, guys. Oh my gosh, guys. Can you believe we are on day 3 and we have not even repeated a meal? Oh yes. So I have so many more great recipes for you guys coming up, so I want you guys to stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any of those meals. And if you're looking for a cost breakdown and a full explanation of what we're doing here, be sure to check out my first video in the series, which is 126 meals for $29.65 video. Today's recipes will include some delicious red beans, sausage, and rice that we had for dinner. It was so good. You guys stay tuned for that one. And of course, we had veggie fried rice for lunch. Be sure to check that one out. And of course, we're gonna start it off with breakfast, which is the classic but delicious pancakes and egg breakfast. So let's get to it. So in my bowl, I'm placing my sifter, and I'm filling the sifter up with 1.5 cups of flour. And of course, I'm going to add my baking powder and my salt. Remember, all the measurements and the ingredients will be down below in the description. And I'm just sifting it because I feel that the consistency is so much better when you sift it. To that mixture, I'm going to go ahead and add milk. And I'm adding sugar because we like sweet pancakes over here. And then I'm adding my vanilla. And then I added melted butter. I'm just gonna mix that around to go ahead and start getting the wet ingredients incorporated. With pancakes, you do not want to get rid of the lumps. And I'm adding my 2 eggs here. And as you're mixing this, you'll notice that it's a little runny, but we're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes and it will thicken up. So to my skillet, I am spraying it down with some nonstick spray, and I'm gonna put 4 pancakes to this griddle just to show you what it looks like when they're nice and cooked up. And as you can see, I am no professional flipper, honey. I'm just happy that the pancakes survived it and they didn't end up on the stove. So now if you like your pancakes browner, you can make them browner. As you can see, we have different shades of pancakes, and we serve this with syrup and eggs. And the eggs were scrambled with milk in order to stretch them. Let's move on to lunch. So to my pan, I have about 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm gonna add some frozen rice that I made earlier in the week. And I'm just gonna try to break that up, and I'm just gonna add it to this cooked rice that I made the day before. And then just some rice that I pre-cooked yesterday. Okay, in the refrigerator. I'm just gonna get the back. I'm just gonna season it with complete seasoning. And I have some frozen vegetables that I found in my freezer, some soy sauce packets, some eggs from this morning, and then some extra eggs. And then some butter. And that's all that's going in here. Oh, and some garlic powder. This is a quick, easy lunch. If you don't have the veggies, you don't have to use them. I'm going to add my veggies because they are frozen. Now I'm going to put my soy sauce. Garlic powder. And it's on high heat. The highest it can go, the highest setting. So that was 2 eggs beaten. And this is about 3 eggs. Stir that in. Some butter just to cream it up a little bit. Add a little more flavor. So I'm not adding any meat because we're on the budget, so I need the meat for dinner. So this is what that looks like, and this is actually enough for one of my kids, one of my 9-year-olds. So there we have it. Bye, rice. Bye. There you have it, friends. Lunch for day 3, fried rice. Now on to dinner. So this is my 12 ounces of peas, the red peas, and I just poured it into a bowl, and I'm just gonna add some water to it, no specific amount. And then I'm gonna let it sit overnight, and then we'll check on it tomorrow. Bye. So I'm gonna be making beans today. So this is the bean sauce that I have. And of course my pot's really hot. So that was about 2 cups of the bean juice, 1 cup of water. I'm gonna be adding 2 more cups of water, but we'll do that later. So that's 1 cup of beans, 2 cups of beans, and a half a cup of beans. So about 2 teaspoons of bouillon to Worcestershire. Some cayenne. The rest of the onions that I had from yesterday. And some more of this green seasoning that I had. This is all going to cook together, and I'm going to cook this for about 1 hour to 2 hours. Okay, that's about 2 more cups of water. Then I'm going to cover that, let that boil for about 1 hour to 2 hours. Actually, that's going to boil for about 2 hours because we want the beans to get really mushy. And we're going to turn it into red beans and rice. I'm going to add some sausage bits to it a little bit later. But alright, see you guys later. Okay guys, so I have to do a voiceover for this part. So my beans went ahead and cooked, like I said, for about 2 hours. I pulled them off the stove. Remember, we are stretching this food. So I took about the equivalency of 1 sausage link, and I'm just cutting it up into small pieces. I was showing you there what I still have left over. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pour that into the pot of beans. And then I'm gonna stir it around. And I'm gonna put it back on the stove, and I'm gonna cook for an additional 30 minutes so that the sauce can thicken up. And as you can see, my sauce did thicken up. So what I did to make it even thicker is I smashed some of the beans on the side And here I'm just plating up my meal. This was so delicious. And again, the measurements and the ingredients will be down below. You can make this a vegan meal by not adding the meats, but it was delicious and we truly enjoyed this meal. So again, I want to thank you friends for coming back to my channel and joining me on this journey of the 7 days extreme grocery budget meals for my family of 6. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and get down in those comments and let's talk about what you would have added, or if there's some meals that I may have missed, or some meals that you like to see in the future. But until the next video, friends, bye.